What's up, family? Welcome into Speak. Now, I got something I need to show y'all because this gold jacket right here, it already belongs to Lamar Jackson. Now, what do I mean? Lamar Jackson is on the verge of getting his second MVP award. Now, for context, there are 10 players in NFL history that have 2 or more MVP awards. Quite literally, every single one of them is in the Hall of Fame, 7 to be exact. The other 3, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they are all first ballots. So what does this mean? If you get 2 MVP awards, you're going into the Hall of Fame. Lamar Jackson already has 1 unanimous MVP. In about a month or so, he will have another MVP based upon his play this season. So if the man is already a Hall of Fame lock, then what is on the line this weekend? He's 1-3 in the playoffs. That's his current legacy. So how can you have more MVPs than you have playoff wins? Family, I can't make sense of that math. As I like to say, that math ain't mathing at all whatsoever. So is Lamar's legacy on the line this weekend? 24 hours until he plays the 5th playoff game of his career. And boy, this is a must-win if I've ever heard it. Heading to the death. Let's rap about that. First and foremost, 2-5, how wild is that?
Yeah, that was
2 MVPs, you already gonna get into the Hall.
They got dark. That was like a whole,
have a little nap.
Yeah, what's going on?
Lamar Jackson, man, 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Surefire, he's getting into the Hall. If you get 2 MVPs, you're going into the Hall. That's just what the statistics show me. So is his legacy on the line this weekend versus the Texans tomorrow?
I won't say his legacy's on the line, right? He is 27 years old. I do think that the Ravens will have another shot at this. But I think that the narrative of who Lamar Jackson really is, because it matters, right? A kid that has two MVPs, right? We all talked about how, well, not all, but they talked about he should be a running back, he should be this, he should be that, and they look at him differently. I look at a guy like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they don't look at Lamar in that same light, right? And I think it's the way he plays the game. So I think it's affected by his play, like what happens. He needs to win this game because you did all them things in the regular season for what? This year, the last time he was MVP. What does it matter? I think now it's more about not just the legacy, because I don't think his legacy can be affected. 2-time MVP is hard to do.
Very hard to do. That's very hard to do.
So I think more of the narrative of who Lamar Jackson really is.
Yeah.
Is he just a guy that has some nice regular season wins, flashy runs, couple good passes? Or is he a real deal quarterback, right? And I think that he goes out here and he wins this game because he's that good, his team is that good. He puts the team on his back like he's done numerous of times.
Come on now. This is all about legacy right here for Lamar Jackson. You talking about if he loses this game, so we just going one unanimous and he gonna get another one. We chalking that one up.
Yeah, got to.
You lose this game, that means first-year starter on arguably the worst team in football and C.J. Stroud with the 2nd and 3rd overall pick after one season has more playoff wins than Lamar Jackson.
Ooh.
We talking Jordan Love, got the same amount of playoff wins as a one-year starter. We talking Brock Purdy, got more playoff wins than you. Baker Mayfield, we see what he doing. He got more playoff wins than you. This is all about legacy for Lamar Jackson. If he does not get this one done, we cannot care or worry about anything Lamar Jackson does in the regular season.
Yeah.
I don't care if the Baltimore Ravens go 17-0 and he runs for 4,000 yards and throws for 4,000, has 8,000 total. We do not care because the only thing that matters is Lamar Jackson in the postseason. That's where he has put himself. You are about to be a 2-time MVP, so all the other little stuff in between now does not matter. The only thing that matters is playoffs and Super Bowls. That's the only thing that matters for your legacy. And we could talk about other quarterbacks because we had a conversation about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's legacy ain't even built yet. You have not done or accomplished what Lamar Jackson has accomplished, from all pros to MVPs and all that. This is a legacy moment. To put a stamp on your MVPs, to put a stamp on everything that you've been through. You stood up on that thing after being the 5th quarterback drafted, felt like he was better, and you told Deion Sanders they're going to get a Super Bowl out of me.
He did.
This is a legacy moment for him. You have the best team in football, and you're about to be labeled and crowned as the best quarterback in football. Not best quarterback, best player in football with the MVP. This is a legacy moment for him. He cannot. He cannot go one and done. If he goes one and done, the conversations we are going to be having about Lamar Jackson, whether he a 2-time MVP or not, is not going to be good at all. This is a legacy moment for him.
Good take, big dog. Mount Rushmore.
That's very good. I don't think I would go legacy because I'm with Shady.
Hold on. Did you just hear me?
I did. It was very good. It was very good. It was very good. I like it. I like it. I hear you. And all up until I still think he has a lot of time to write his legacy. So let's say they lose, right? And then the next year they go to the Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl, and the next year after that they go to the AFC Championship game. He wins a couple more playoff games, whatever, maybe goes back to one. Are we going to say, okay, he struggled a little in the postseason at the beginning of his career, but inevitably he was a Super Bowl winner and had an incredible regular season career and 2 MVPs.
I'm just saying right now, Joy, if he loses this game,
no,
for the whole offseason,
let me get to the other part.
I was going to let it cook.
Let me get to the other part.
Let her cook.
I just think as far as legacy goes, like he's not at the end of the road. Right? This isn't like his last opportunity in football ever, like he's retiring next year or something. Like, he has more time to write his story, which is what I think of when I think of legacy. But it's going to be very hard to contextualize Lamar Jackson with a 1-4 playoff record and 2 regular season MVPs. It will be almost impossible to say anything other than he is a great regular season quarterback.
That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally wrote down, because I think about you when I hear you, it's a great ... in the regular season. Yeah. Because that's what we say all.
But I mean, the MVP is a regular season award. We just expect great things from the MVP in the postseason because we are saying you're the best player in football. That should translate to the postseason against other great players who are in the postseason. Like there will be other great players in the postseason that you're playing against because they're in the postseason. Like that's why it matters. It's the games that really matter. Not that the postseason does or the regular season doesn't, because you have to play well to get there. But as an individual, Lamar Jackson has to do this for his own current reputation. How, with 2 MVPs, would we have a conversation about him being next to a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or even a Joe Burrow? Because you have these regular seasons awards, which no one can take away from you. And you have a unanimous one, which no one can take away from you. On top of that, his games in the postseason,
they're not good.
Like,
not good.
I don't want to read the stats. Okay, I won't. Really not good. Not like he's been super impressive in these games and it's come down to the wire and like, no. So that's the other element of it, which we don't really pay attention to right now because he's been so good. But that's going to come up that he can't perform in the postseason.
Well, this game will do a lot. One, it'll put pressure on a lot of analysts because it will expose their objectivity or lack thereof. What we say about Aaron Rodgers, he's great in the regular season. People who want to throw that in the regular season.
And this is that won one.
And he won one. So now, what are you going to have to say about Lamar? You're going to say he's great.
Still saying, look at
in the regular season. And Lamar and Aaron Rodgers, last I checked, has 11 postseason wins. I believe he's 11-11. Yeah. But we still throw that shade. Those who want to throw that shade.
4 of them too.
So keep that in mind. The second thing is it's going to contextualize some of these MVPs. I always remember this. I always vividly remember Russell Westbrook. He won an MVP when he was in OKC. He won one. He averaged a triple-double through the course of the season for the first time, I think, since Oscar Robertson. It was amazing. But then he got bounced in the playoffs. I think they were a 5 or 6 seed. The next year, Russell Westbrook, America, did the exact same thing. But we looked at him like, we ain't voting for you for MVP because it didn't translate. And then I think the next year, Russell Westbrook did the same thing. And we looked like, these meaningless stats. There's going to come a point with Lamar Jackson where we will look at him that same way if he does not win this game. We're going to look at you like, yeah, that's cool, but that don't translate. The other thing, and my biggest point is, we're going to say his style of play doesn't work. Every postseason, Lamar enters the postseason with the least amount of passing yards. Every one. Every time. This year, once again, he got the least amount of passing yards. But what about rushing yards? I'll care about them when the win column cares about them. Because as it matters right now, the win column doesn't care about Lamar's rushing yards. So we're going to start to say, James Jones, bro, his style of play don't even translate. Because this year, he got 3,600 passing. Baker got 4, Stroud got 4, Love got 4. He got the fewest. So there's going to come a point where even his style of play, we start to ask ourselves, does it translate?
No question. My dog got to get this one done.
You sound stressed, big dog.
I am, because I'm just visualizing the questions and all that we are going to have to answer about Lamar Jackson if he does not get this one done. Like, you just gave him all that money, right? To go out here and be able to have you in the situation he has you in right now, but go win a Super Bowl or at least get to an AFC championship game. I don't want to talk about, is Brock Purdy better than Lamar Jackson? Is Baker Mayfield better? But that's going to be the conversations because he has not delivered in the playoffs. So people are going to be like, who you want in the playoffs? Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson? And we all going to be sitting here like, bro, you stupid? But you know what I'm saying? And we cannot go through that. I do not want to do that. This dude is special. He has done special things in the league. This is a legacy moment to add on to his legacy. He has to get this one done. You cannot lose to C.J. Stroud.
I don't think he is. I think I guess it's the topics we're talking about, but I don't think he's going to lose to the Texans.
I pray.
Lamar Jackson, come on. You got the best team in football. Yep. You got the best defense, right? You got a young wide receiver core that's getting busy.
No doubt.
He's not going to lose. He's not going to lose. Someone got to talk like that.
But here's
that type of energy in the world.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Get it out of here,
My counselor always tells me, Shady McCoy, when you have something to talk about, always be positive.
Yep.
We be negative. Lamar Jackson, look, I know what they talking about. I seen that gold jacket. Yeah. You going to get that.
Listen to
go get you the MVP. Go get this championship. Beat these boys at home and go on to the conference game.
Come on now. I'm with you.
Let that boy James Jones put that on your name.
Oh, man. I don't want it on his name.
You don't want it on his name.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.